It's no secret that you can make money off Instagram, but a lot of people don't know exactly how to do it. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on exactly how I've made multiple seven figures through a number of businesses using Instagram, and I'll be sharing what it could look like for you to do the same no matter what industry you're in or business type you have. And you have a special guest in today's video. Let's see how long she sits there for before she decides to take over the whole thing. So if you're dreaming of more financial freedom and are just needing some direction as to how to actually get real traction from social media, you're going to want to grab a notebook because this training is going to be a game changer for you. And don't miss the bonus tip at the end that reveals exactly how we've continued to scale up our revenue from social, even when a lot of similar businesses have experienced really stagnated growth. We've actually continued to grow at least 100% year on year with revenue. But first, let's talk about how people are actually making millions on Instagram. Let's dissect all the ways. So there are multiple ways to make money through Instagram. So let's name them. The first is you might be an influencer who makes money through paid brand deals or through affiliate commissions. So you're promoting other brands. You also might be an influencer who has decided to build their own business and sell to an audience they've already built instead of promoting other businesses. Or you might be a business owner who has built an audience specifically for their business on there. Or you might have zero audience but be collaborating with people and businesses who do in a kind of joint venture style partnership. There are so many different ways to monetize Instagram, and each one comes with its own pros and cons. I've tried and tested so many different ways, so I have a good understanding of what it looks like. So a lot of you might be wondering, how do you even get started with any of this? So let's just start at the very beginning, whether you have 1 follower or 10,000 and whether you're making $0 or 6 figures. You're probably here because you want to scale up and make more impact and more income. And you might think that that income is going to come from having the most aesthetically pleasing posts or a really pretty feed on Instagram, but that's really not the secret. Well, at least not the biggest secret. And if you look at how most people are making money off Instagram, it's not because their pictures are edited perfectly or their content went viral overnight. While that might help in certain industries or with growth, they're making money because they found a gap in the market and they've paired that with a solution for people to see. I'm going to repeat that. They found a gap in the market and they paired that with a solution for people to see. And if we really break that down, it's 3 simple things. It's demand, offer, and audience. So is there a demand for what you're doing? Does it actually work? Are you really getting results? Would someone else promote you to someone else? Would they tell their friends about you? Then with your offer, is it marketed in the right way? Think about how your copywriting is going to be connecting to your ideal client. How does your brand come across design-wise? Is it professional? Is it telling the brand story that you want to? Is it named correctly? Is your pricing strategy dialed in? You know I talk about that a lot. Then when it comes to the audience piece, do you really know who you're targeting and do you have an action plan for reaching people? If you're starting out with no audience, chances are social media isn't going to become your biggest driver of sales overnight unless you're doing cold reach out. If you have a product or a lower ticket service, having an audience is really powerful. So getting clear on who that audience is and where you can find them is really going to be key. I wonder if, oh, she's still interested. I was surprised to see that. Okay. These are all things that you are going to want to think about if you want to have a successful business. And too often I see people diving in and trying to sell something they've never really thought through or tested. A business that stands the test of time is one that has clients who are willing to pay time and time again, as well as telling people they know about their great experience with the brand. Didn't last long, did we? Okay. Building an audience then helps to give you longevity in your business, which is really important. And you're only gonna get that if you spend time putting in the foundational business work. So you should be solving a problem with a product or offer and then know who you're selling it to. Just like any successful business, it's all... Is this what it's like to have kids? Just like any successful business, it's all about seeing a need and then providing a solution to that. Instagram is just the place where you might be promoting that solution. Think about it. Instagram has over 1 billion active users. On top of that, it's free. So many people in businesses are using Instagram to get in front of potential customers, and the right potential customers, and then turning them into sales over and over and over again. And it all really starts with connecting. And I know you've heard me say this more times than you can count, but if you have no idea who you're selling to, you're really going to struggle to sell anything. Once you find that gap in the market or your niche, it's really time to connect, which again is where Instagram makes things a lot easier for you. Not only do you have tons of people on there, but there are built-in communication tools like DMs and comments where you literally don't even need someone's email to start selling your product or services in the beginning, which is amazing. And while gaining someone's email might be key to ongoing conversions, it's not necessarily where you need to start. So I'm going to do another video all about email. Let me know below if you think that would be helpful, because with that being said, email marketing is one of the most important and effective tools for sales, no matter what your business is, especially since Instagram is technically borrowed land. While extremely useful, it's not something any of us own unless you're Zuckerberg. And if it was gone tomorrow or the algorithm changed, you'd still want that direct connection to your clients that we could lose. So let's hope that never happens, but I do like to play it safe when it comes to my contacts, and so email list is really important. But back to Instagram and communicating through it. I'm going to give one example of connecting, which is one that I talk about so much, and that's because it's the easiest, and that's having real conversations with real people. Bear in mind that is just one of many strategies, and the more you build your audience, the easier it's going to be to sell from posts and stories versus being in the DMs. You can also, like I said, partner with people who have audience so that you can kick off with an audience right away. But let's just say you're not doing that in the early stages. Yes, you can post your services or products on your feed, but there is so much more you can be doing. In fact, it all starts with communication, not just promoting. Promoting can only get your business so far. You need connections in order to convert customers and really understand what they are wanting from your business. So one way to connect with them is just DM them, comment on their posts, chat with them, have a real conversation. I always say never underestimate the power of DM. It's essentially an open line of communication to not only tell someone more about your business, but to gain their trust. I talk all about how to make customers know, like, and trust you in this video, which is key to converting sales. So head there for a really in-depth look at how to convert people. But the point I'm making here is that DMs are a very powerful way to connect. So I'll say it again. You do not need millions of followers to make millions on Instagram. You really, just in the beginning, want a niche and you want to be solving a problem. In fact, I started from 0 followers and now I have 2.7 million across Instagram. I'm going to leave a link below as well for a free Instagram training I've got specifically on that. But for now, we're focusing on making money from the followers that you have as you work to gain more. So even if you have 100 followers, that is 100 potential customers. Think of it as owning a store and having 100 potential customers sitting outside. All you have to do is get them to come inside and see what value that you have. And that's something I think people forget is, I only have 100 customers, 100 followers. That could be 100 customers. And if you have more than one product or service, that chance increases tenfold once your audience steps inside the store, because they've got the option to buy more than one thing and ultimately might spend a lot more money. So where the real money magic happens is this: a scalable ladder of income, or passive income as some people like to call it. It's kind of all the same thing. All that really means is finding ways to make money without having to be on 24/7, whether that's making money while you're on vacation, making money while another team member handles something, or pointing people to your products or services without having to directly communicate and have those DM conversations. That's all a part of passive income, and that's how people are scaling up their businesses to the 7-figure mark on social. And I don't know about you, but making money without being directly involved sounds amazing. And I can tell you that it is, and it's freeing, and it's really a big part of how Boss Babe was able to scale to multiple 7 figures and how I'm able to have such a flexible routine daily. I started out in the weeds, to be honest, and hustling for every single sale. But as time went on and Boss Babe was built, we had options. People could learn about different services without us needing to DM them. We trained our audience to get on our email list, and then we started selling through emails. We also, are constantly pointing to links in bio where we have free trainings. We have story graphics that we just repeat over and over again. We don't have tons and tons of products, but the products that we do have, we promote them on a really easy basis, ongoing, so that people know what we have. Find the gap in the market, start communicating with just a handful of potential customers, build your audience and valuable content, sell that valuable content, and build a scalable business that can make money 24/7 without you having to be there. So personal, rinse and repeat. It really can be that easy. So the strategy that I've outlined works really well if you're starting out without an audience, but if you're already an influencer or you're aspiring to be one, you might want to lean on the audience growth part first. That's actually what I did. I started growing an audience before I really figured out what my business was, and there's no right or wrong way to do it. So as I'm getting ready to wrap this up, I don't want to forget about the bonus tip that I promised you. It's a lot easier to make sales from existing customers than it is to get new ones. They already trust you and know you, and that's your chance to offer new products or services every so often, really bringing them up the ladder. Someone might have benefited hugely from the first thing they bought from you, but what's next? What can you provide as a follow-up? Maybe it's a course that builds on from that one-to-one coaching session you already sold. Maybe it's creating a physical yearly planner after getting amazing reviews on the printouts that you supplied months ago. This is exactly what we did at Boss Babe, actually. We had given our clients some planning tools like printouts and goal setting pages and workshops that they could use on their own, which they loved. But we also realized that it would be amazing to provide all of that into a physical product. So not only could we sell this to people who loved our initial goal planning resources, but we would also be providing an additional resource to help our audience be able to succeed. So it's a win-win all around. So if you love this video, I would absolutely love it if you could leave a comment below. If you love Nala's debut, let me know. And then hit subscribe on the channel to be notified every single week when I release a new video.